Okay, so I saw this tweet. It said, "What is a band or artist you wish you could have seen in concert?" First up, I have to go Whitney Houston. I mean, the voice for a reason, and just what she was able to do with her vocals, outstanding. Especially what she with her songs live, because it sounded one way in the studio, and then live, she was really able to bring it to life. And she was one of those singers who never sang the song the same way twice. And yeah, one of my favorite singers of all time. So I would have loved to see her live and everything. If I could pick when to see her live, I would probably say either the Bodyguard tour or probably like 98, 99, because I love the My Love Is Your Love album. But rest in peace. We love Whitney. Next up, Michael Jackson, the king of pop. Yeah, this would have been amazing to see live. Like his performances, his staging, his costuming, his voice. Like he really was a great showman. And so I would have loved to see him live. Ideally, I believe during like Bad Era, I think would have been a good time. I don't think he toured for Thriller. I think that's whenever he was doing the Victory Tour with like his brothers and stuff. I'm pretty sure he toured Bad. So I think that would have been a great time to see him and everything. But yeah. Next up, I got Queen. I love them. They're amazing. Freddie Mercury, quintessential vocalist. John Deacon, great songwriter, bassist. Roger Taylor, great drummer. And then Brian May was a guitarist. So I really would have loved to see them at Live Aid. I think that that would have been spectacular, or just one of their concerts, honestly. And I would probably say like 84, 85 would be ideal time to see them and everything, but I love them. Next up, Aaliyah. Gone too soon, and I barely have ever met anyone who says that they don't like Aaliyah. She's universally loved and for a reason. And so I believe she was planning a tour for self-titled album, and then unfortunately she passed away. And I would have just really enjoyed to see her live, seeing her perform like One in a Million, Four-Page Letter. If she ever did Everything's Gonna Be Alright, that's like my favorite song from her, that would have been cool. But what a moment, so ahead of her time. Even her visuals now look super fresh. Next up, Aretha Franklin, very similar to Whitney, and she's never going to sing a song the same way twice. The Queen of Soul, one of my favorite singers of all time, and she's influenced many. So I think the ideal time to see her is somewhere in the 70s, probably somewhere in the middle. She's releasing songs like Until You Come Back to Me, that Stevie Wonder wrote for her, which is one of my favorites. And then she had also released like the Young Gifted and the Black album. We had the Spirit in the Dark album. She had that song Hey Now Hey, The Other Side of the Sky, which is like top 5 Aretha to me probably. And then you have her great 60s stuff. Don't Let Me Lose This Dream is one of my favorite Aretha songs. So I think, in the middle of the 70s, that's when I really would have liked to see her. Or even the 80s, after she's releasing stuff like Jimmy Lee, for example. The Jump to It album was great. So yes, but how unfortunate I never got to see her live. One of the best to ever do it. Next up, Britney Spears. She said that I think she's done with music. I don't think she's going to perform again ever. And I really would have liked to see her. I believe it's called the Dream in a Dream Tour, something like that. And I believe this was during the self-titled era, somewhere around there. I think that would have been a great time to see her. And yeah, I feel like her music in this past year hit me in a different way than it ever has, and I just appreciate it a lot more. So I would really have loved to see her then hitting the choreography, and yeah, she just puts on a great show. So I think it would have been a moment. Next up, Fiona Apple. Hopefully, I get to see her someday. She is still performing. She just releases like once every 8 years. So it'll probably be a while before she decides to tour again. But if she does and everything works out, I would love to go see her. She's one of my favorite artists of all time. Incredible singer songwriter. I put her on to anybody that will listen. And I would recommend you listen to the When the Pawn album. I think that's her most accessible album. It's a great album. And yeah, just super talented. And I hope that one day I get the opportunity. Next up, Ariana Grande. I am so jealous of everybody who got to see her during the Sweeter era, what I would give to go and watch during that time, because that is my favorite Ariana Grande album. And yeah, just amazing vocalist, and what she's able to do live I appreciate. I like her stage production, and I just really enjoy her in a lot of her songs. So I think that that would have been a really great time to see her live. If she ever tours again, I would love to see her. I hope that I get that opportunity, because every time I think about the Sweetener tour, it sounds me like, yes, you can watch it on Netflix, but it's not the same as like being there live, as well as any of these artists. So hopefully I get that chance. But I love Ariana, one of my favorite pop girls out right now for sure. Next up, Victoria Monet. Hopefully I get to see her live. The clips that I saw from whenever she was doing her little Jaguar tour moment, excellent, especially whenever she's performing the title track moment. Like, her breath control is insane. The choreography is eating. Great vocals. I really like the costuming. Like, everything about it is A+. So hopefully I get the opportunity. Next up is Brandy. I love her. I don't know if she'll tour again upcoming, but I would definitely enjoy seeing her. I think she has a lot of great stuff Full Moon is her best album. Fight with the Wall, also Never Say Never, is goated. And I even really like the Christmas album, so hopefully I get that chance. But Vocal Bible, for a reason, I think should be great to see live. Next up, Megan Thee Stallion. I know she's touring this summer. I don't know if I'm going to be able to go see her and everything. I can't even go see Mariah this summer, which that's a whole can of worms. But if everything works out and I can see her, that would be great. If not, I'll probably just watch it online somewhere. I would have loved to see her at Coachella set. I watched that online and I really did enjoy it. Maybe one day I'll get to see her. I don't know, but I really enjoy her. I think she's a great performer. Next up, Phoebe Bridgers. You can add the whole Boy Genius group to this as well, because I think that all of them are great and I enjoy her catalog. Punisher was an excellent album. I like the Boy Genius album that just came out, so I hope one day I can see her. Next up, Miley Cyrus. I'm pretty sure she said she's done touring, and the fact she's been touring since what, she was like 13, 14 years old, I really don't blame her. I'm sure she's over it and everything. If she ever does decide to tour again and everything lines up, I would love to go see her. I think she's great. She's had longevity for a reason. Her last album, let's not get into that, but Plastic Hearts was excellent. It really was. So I'd just love to see her perform those songs live, especially like Hate Me, the title track, and some other stuff from there as well, and also the classics, even some Hannah Montana stuff. She has a great catalog, so we'll see, but it's probably not going to happen. Next up, Luther Vandross, rest in peace. One of my favorite male vocalists of all time. So to see him live, I would really have loved that opportunity. Next up, the Chicks. I don't know if they're ever going to tour again, but if I can see them live, then I would like to. I really enjoy their music. I'm not big into country, as I said several times, but they're one of the few artists that I make an exception for. I love their music. I love what they stand for. I love them as songwriters, instrumentalists, so maybe one day. Next up, Adele. If the opportunity aligns, I would like to see her. I like her catalog. Fleetwood Mac, I'm pretty sure this is from 97 whenever they did that whole The Dance live special and they ate that, so I think that would have been a nice performance to watch. Lorde, hopefully her next album coming soon. Excited for it, and I would like to see her. A Scorpio like me. I love her music. I like Silver Power a lot more than most people, so maybe one day. Last up, Celine Dion. Great vocalist, one of the best of all time, as we know, so I would be down to see a concert from her. I haven't gotten to her catalog yet, and so I definitely need to do that and everything. And once I do, I'll probably go back and watch some of her shows. But I like Celine. So that is going to be my list of bands and artists that I wish that I could have seen in concert. And maybe one day I'll do this, but for concerts that I really would have liked to see, for Mariah, I've got to see her twice, but there's some shows that she done that I would have loved to see live and other stuff like that. So I might do something different than that. But let me know what you guys think down below of my list. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Who would you have loved to see live that you didn't get the opportunity to? And who is there still an opportunity to see that you would love to make happen? Let me know down below in the comments.